event. As you all know, or many of you know, Ernest Hemingway spent nearly a decade living and writing in Key West and was the first widely known author to make it his home. And he inspired generations of writers and readers to follow in his footsteps and explore this island's creativity. And tonight, we're just days before what would have been his 124th birthday. That's on the 21st. Can you believe it? He seems very present. But we're celebrating his legacy at this literary highlight of the Hemingway Days Festival. And we are also celebrating some modern day creative spirits who share the title author with Ernest Hemingway. And we are thrilled to have you here. I'm Carol Shaughnessy, and for many, many frighteningly long period of time, I have been involved in the Hemingway Days literary events. But before we begin, I hope we can give a round of applause to the Gardens and to the Key West Art and Historical Society for making this evening happen. And Bonnie represents the society. The Gardens has very kindly given us this space to hold the event tonight. So our first readers are members of the acclaimed, long-standing Key West Poetry Guild, something that this entire community can be and is very proud of. Most people aren't aware that Ernest Hemingway wrote poetry as well as prose, but it was both a craft and an emotional outlet for him, and in many ways it truly began his entire literary career. So here to guide the Guild's portion of our evening is poet, writer, longtime contributor to the Key West cultural community, Vicky Bogashevsky, also known as the poet Jaw Love.
Wow, thank you so much, Carol. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give Carol a round of applause for her hard work and efforts and excellent pronunciation of my last name. But you did it. That was awesome. Lots of folks ask. Not everybody gets it. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Of course, Papa's Poems is a very special and unique event. As Carol mentioned, Ernest Hemingway didn't set out or strive to become known as a poet. He kind of kept that on the back burner. That was not his modus operandi, so to speak. But as we explore the work of Ernest Hemingway, and the Poetry Guild has been doing that for more than 10 years now, close to 10 years, 2015 I think was when we started, and right around in there. And as we continue to do that, we reveal more and more of the person, not just this man, myth, legendary figure, but the human being who existed beyond all of those experiences and translated narratives into fiction. So I hope that you will sit back and enjoy an exploration of the person Ernest Hemingway with the poets of the Key West Poetry Guild through his poetic works. And thank you again for being here this evening. I am Vicky Bogashevsky, known as the poet Jaw Love, and I will begin our reading with a poem, God is Away for Summer, by E.H. Written in Chicago, 1920, 1921, likely as swelteringly hot as it has been lately for us. God is away for summer. The city swelters along without him. Children cry in the hot nights, keeping men awake who must go to work in the morning. The burlesque houses are closed by the heat. Plump women don't look good in hot weather. Even to the men who frequent the Star and Garter. John Timothy Stone has followed him up into the mountains. In the fall, he'll be back. He will bring the word of God from the mountains. God never leaves the city for long. Chicago, 1920, 1921. course, Ernest Hemingway spent time in Europe, particularly in Spain, as an ambulance driver during World War I. Like most poets, and writers in general, his works reflect his experiences through his lens. And as we consider the character of Ernest Hemingway and the lens through which Key West would have tainted or tinted his view, there's a certain sarcasm that develops in his work. You'll find that in this poem, The Soul of Spain. In the rain, in the rain, in the rain, in the rain in Spain. Does it rain in Spain? Oh yes, my dear. On the contrary, and there are no bullfights. They dance, and there are no bullfights. The dancers dance in long white pants. It isn't right to yence your aunts. Come, uncle, let's go home. Home is where the heart is. Home is where the fart is. Come, let us fart in the home. There is no art in a fart. Still, a fart may not be artless. Let us fart an artless fart in the home. Democracy, democracy. Bill says democracy must go. Go? Go, democracy, go. Go? Bill's father would never knowingly sit down at a table with a Democrat. Now Bill says democracy must go. Go on, democracy. Democracy is the shit. Relativity is the shit. Dictators are the shit. Mencken is the shit. Waldo Frank is the shit. The Broom is the shit. Dada is the shit. Dempsey is the shit. This is not a complete list. They say Ezra is the shit. But Ezra is nice. Come, let us build a monument to Ezra. Good, a very nice monument. You did that nicely. Can you do another? Let me try and do one. Let us all try and do one. Let the little girl over there in the corner try and do one. Come on, little girl, do one for Ezra. Good. You have all been successful children. Now let us clean up this mess. The Dial does a monument to Proust. We have done a monument to Ezra. A monument is a monument. After all, it is the spirit of the thing that counts. By Ernest Hemingway, The Soul of Spain. Thank you. I would like to please welcome to the stage Ms. Mia Shawn.
I have to lower this substantially after Vicki. I'm wearing my grandmother's reading glasses, and I will do it for as long as I can, because I know she's with me and she'll bring me good luck when I read, and you can tell how as ornate they are. This is from another age, as are the poems that I'll be reading from E.H. or him.